Okay guys, so bringing you along today to watch me get my haircut with Cahill, the best barber in town. And it's been a little while since I filmed a haircut. I actually had a haircut since Hawaii. Cahill did it, he just cut the sides because they were massively overgrown. Today, I've decided for the first time in a year and a half to get rid of the curtains. I actually prefer the process of growing the curtain style rather than actually having curtains. And I have a massive photo shoot tomorrow, well, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, biggest photo shoot of my life. And it's a running photo shoot and I don't want to be like having my hair, like when I run and I don't wear a cap, my hair goes like this and I think it just looks shit. So we're going nice and short. The number one question I get asked is, what do you show the barber when you're getting a haircut? So what I normally do is I'll show you on a screen recording on my phone. I've just showed Cahill. I either show him an old picture of my hair, how it was, or I go on Pinterest or Instagram and scroll through a load of different haircuts to show Cahill what it looks like. And then me and Cahill will both check the picture as he's cutting my hair to make sure that we're going in the right direction. And if you give someone a picture, it's easier for them to follow rather than trying to give them instructions. So Cahill, what we're doing today, we're not going for a skin fade. Don't really like skin fades and it gives me ingrown hair. So we're gonna do like a half guard at the very bottom, yep, and then into a one.
We'll go into two and then we'll fade it down from there.
Nice, okay. And then keeping a lot of length on top. I do want to spike it up and not have curtains, but it's just way too long. So probably at least half of what I have now.
Yeah, sweet.
Also another question I get asked all the time is, how often do I wash my hair? If I wash my hair at the minute when it's longer like this, it literally goes so shit and fluffy and like has no texture. Whereas if I don't wash it for like a week or two, then that's when it ends up looking the best. This morning I was in the sea, so it's a little bit salty, and for me that always gives me the best hair. It takes me at least 3 or 4 days after I've washed it for it to start looking good again. So that's for this hairstyle now. And then when it's shorter, obviously when it's shorter you put a lot more product in than what I do now at the minute. At the minute I just use the Blue Man, the Sand Volume Cream, and that kind of gives it some texture. But when it's shorter I use a clay as well, so it gets dirtier a lot quicker. Also, everyone go and follow Cahill on Instagram because he just drove an hour to come and see me and cut my hair before the shoot tomorrow, as opposed to me driving an hour to see him. So special shout out to Cahill. Go follow him, get some inspiration for your next haircut on his page. Also, I asked people on Instagram to ask me questions and I'll answer them in the video. So if you ask me a question on Instagram, I'll try and answer it in this video. What do you ask for when getting your favorite haircut and beard trim? Well, I think we already covered that. Normally, I show a picture of how my hair has previously been to Cahill, and because he's the one that's always cutting it, it's pretty easy for him to get it right. Cost of a trim in the UK. How much do you normally charge? It's a little bit different here to like mainland UK, and it's also different for Cahill because Cahill's based like outside of the city centre. So for a hair, how much do you charge, Cahill?
It's usually 15.
For a skin fade?
I usually just charge 15 for the appointment, so it means that like everyone is getting charged the same price no matter what it is.
Even with a beard trim?
Yeah.
See.
I don't really add any extra for the beard trim, it's more for my time.
Very affordable. Whereas if you were maybe in Belfast city centre, I don't know. Belfast isn't like the most expensive place for a haircut. I would say like max price you'd pay for a haircut in Belfast would be like 20 quid. So Cahill is a very, very good price. Low or high fade? What do I always go for?
Actually a mid fade.
Mid fade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when it's too low, and I absolutely cannot stand when it's too high. Honestly, for a safer option, you're better off going for a low fade in my opinion, because a low fade can be fixed, whereas a high fade, if they take it too high and take away your crown, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Exactly. There's
been many a foreign barber carved off my crown, and then I come to Cahill and he's all annoyed because that totally changes the shape of your head. So tell them to leave the crown if you're going to go for a high fade. These are quite a lot of haircut questions. Fading using scissors versus clippers?
Nah, clippers.
Always?
Always.
Did you or Francis get any injuries from the marathon with no training? Weirdly not, which is absolutely insane. Francis was wearing a pair of trainers that are like 2 years old, so I don't know how she didn't get any injuries. I swapped my trainers at the halfway point, which I think was a good move, and I was also wearing calf sleeve, so I didn't get any shin splints or anything like that. Have you got any tips for finding the best barber? Yeah, come to Marathon and see Cahill. But it's very, 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 very difficult to find a good barber. Like, luckily where I'm from, where I was born in Newcastle, there's lots of good barbers, so it wasn't too difficult there. But whenever you're like moving around, traveling and stuff, I just simply won't get my hair cut because it's too risky. And like, I don't know, I don't really care about how I look that much or how my hair looks, but I just don't want someone to fuck it up. I can last a week or two until I'm back home and I know that Cahill will sort me out, so that's normally what I do. My two barbers, there's another one in Ibiza. I never thought I was going to find a good barber in Ibiza, but the guy in Ibiza, Dre, he's unbelievable as well. Cahill doesn't mind me going to him because he knows that he's good as well.
Insane.
What's your go-to clothing brands for casual wear? Well, guess now's a good time to shout it out. I don't know if any of you guys know, but I actually have my own clothing brand, and it's literally just black and white oversized t-shirts. I did a couple of videos on it in the past and never really mentioned it. I might do a whole video on it if people are interested in hearing about the clothing brand, but it's a lot of work, a lot of time, very little reward. It's more of a passion project, but I literally wear my t-shirts every single day. A lot of people always ask where do you get the black and the white t-shirts from. They've got no branding on or anything, a little small logo bottom. What? A little small logo bottom left corner, and that's literally it. So they're the t-shirts that I wear most often. That's my casual wear. And then normally I'm always wearing like gym stuff, so like Gymshark really, or Nike. And then anything else I buy pretty much on ASOS, casual wear, just cheap stuff. But yeah, my wardrobe isn't the best at the minute. I donated, I think, 12 bin bags of clothes to the charity shop last week. So the biggest clear out I've ever done in my life. Do use the Blue Man products every day. Yes, I use the Ascend Volume Cream if I'm styling my hair. If I'm not styling my hair, I don't bother putting any product on, and I just leave it to dry. I don't even towel dry it, I just leave it to dry naturally, and it normally sits quite nice. But if I'm styling it, I'll always use Ascend Volume Cream no matter what, and I put it in when my hair's wet before I blow dry it. That's the key. Would you ever get a hair transplant if you began losing your hair? Honestly, 1,000,000% yes, I would. I keep checking my my hairline to see if it's going anywhere, but recently, over the last like 2-3 weeks since I came home from Hawaii, my hair has been falling out in clumps, and I honestly don't know why. I had a very stressful period when I was in Dubai in February, just constant work, constant stress. I was massively in my overdraft, trying to get the money back piled up, and it was just very, very stressful. And apparently after high stress situations, your hair can start to fall out in like a couple of months time. So I think that's what it was, but like literally if I put my hand through my hair would be in my hand. Every time I dried it with the towel or I like put my hands through it in the shower, there'd just be clumps of hair. And luckily I have very, very thick hair, but it definitely wasn't normal, and I think it was because of stress. And if you actually see my hair and pull it back, you can see along the front of my hairline there's loads of little baby hairs, so that's the hair starting to grow back, which is a good sign obviously. But don't know, I was concerned. I was looking up flights to Turkey. No, I'm joking. I probably wouldn't go to Turkey. I'd probably go to the guy that Mike used in London. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, and I don't know, I think he did a really good job of Mike, so that's probably where I would go. But I don't think I'd think twice about getting a hair transplant, as long as I'm put to sleep, because I'm a big wuss when it comes to like operations and stuff, and Mike said it was like the weirdest pain in the world. So, but yeah, I definitely love my hair. It's been a big part of my life. I've videoed my haircuts for like the last 5 years, so I don't know, I just can't imagine losing it, how bad it would be. And I love my hair, so I would get a hair transplant, yes. What about you, Carl?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You would?
Oh, 100%. I'd go straight to Turkey. I wouldn't even go to London.
Would you not?
Nah.
To be fair, the Turkish guys, they do a good job, because think about how many people the guys in Turkey are doing like every single day. Like they're doing loads and loads of hair transplants, so they're very, very experienced.
They treat you like a king over there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hotel, food, drink, everything all included. So maybe I would go to Turkey, and it's a holiday. Do you have any highlights in your hair? Last time I got highlights was in end of September. I got them done in Ibiza in a hair salon literally under Mike's apartment. They did it for free, and yeah, the colour's lasted until now. So I probably, after this haircut, I would say all the highlights will be gone, so my hair's going to be looking very, very dark for a change. I'll keep it dark for maybe a month or two, and then I'll probably get more highlights put in. I think highlights for me, when I've got such thick hair, add a lot of like contrast and texture, so I just like the way highlights look, so I probably will get some more when I get a little bit more tanned in July or August. Okay, so Cahill has just produced the Blue Man Sand Volume Cream, and he's going to apply it now whilst my hair is still relatively wet before it dries too much. I would say my hair now is like towel dry. We've also got new packaging here. It used to be in like the pump bottle, but the pump bottle always kind of breaks and it's quite unreliable, and also it doesn't get the stuff at the very bottom, whereas this nice little squeezy tube is way better in my opinion. So again, if you want some, use my code Louis on the Blue Man website, and this is the Blue Man Sand Volume Cream. Cahill is going to apply it now just before my hair dries.
Yep.
And then are you going to blow dry it before you?
Yeah, so I'll put a small bit in when the hair's down.
Yeah.
So it means when I actually come to put more product in later, there's like a base.
Yeah.
So it's
got a little bit of hold.
Yeah, and you don't need as much product after.
Nice. So Cahill literally just works that through as much of my hair as possible. And that's really all there is to it. And then blow dry into position before finishing off with the clay, but I'm sure you'll do that after he's done the rest of it.
Yeah.
Okay guys, so the trim is complete. Fresher than ever. And it actually looks crazy with me having hair this dark again. I actually can't believe it. So now, Cahill is gonna style it. Obviously it's got a good bit of shape, as you can see. It's like, honestly, I'd be happy leaving it like this, but just for the video, I'll show you what it looks like with the clay. Cahill. That is the Cavalier clay. That's the only one that I use. But yeah, so Cavalier clay on, warms it in the hands to make sure that it's gonna evenly spread throughout my hair. And then are you gonna start with the fringe and work back? Or
start from the back.
Oh.
Work forward.
Yeah.
And then start on the fringe end and start like shaping it into place.
Nice. It smells fucking unreal as well.
Yeah, it smells good.
Ignore the terrible spot in my head. I don't know what it is. Me and Francis decided to pick at it today. But yeah, look at that fresh trim. I know it's very hard to see because there's down lighting coming from here. We've got the ring light here. But believe me, it's fresh. You'll see it in the next video that I put up in daylight and see how fresh it is. But yeah, feels unreal to be back with the nice short haircut. Very, very nice. Very happy with it. So yeah, make sure to leave the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.